2 years ago, they easy like I can't even pay the by then. Namia don't see the Biana before the Biana. And then we have a Masama to Adam Kakadi. Okay, that's it. Okameo, Fiana, Pakwana, Jofa. If you deliver body, man, no get Benita Swani, be my mammy, Mammy Santa, Dina, Michelle, when you're young. Listen, oh, I know. So when you show money,
you know that the mothers will definitely need the fathers to help them, especially when they're raising boys. Boys are a huge tax, we are told, and so the absence of a father becomes worrisome for a lot of mothers. But when the father is present, you know that there's leadership, and then the young man who also has to succumb to leadership. So it's honorable for us also to acknowledge the presence of his father in his life, and we are honored to have the father who has a striking resemblance with the son. I don't know, I saw him and I said, oh, are you his father? And you don't need to be told anytime you bump into this man. So we're going to have just a quick conversation with him to acknowledge his presence as a father. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Very well, thank you, sir. What's your name?
I am Samuel Danso Arthur.
Okay, Samuel Danso Arthur is the name, yes, and you're the father of Kwesi Arthur.
Yes, please.
I'm sure you're a proud father.
Really, really. And I always say Kwesi is a byproduct of God's favor. It's an answering prayer.
Wow.
It was something that we were not expecting. And I think we serve a faithful God. And this turnaround is full of grace. And nobody can understand it. The workings of God is always amazing. And it's always amazing to a point that is beyond human understanding.
Okay, so maybe you have to break it down for us. Yeah. When you talk about him being a work of grace and all that, was it that his birth, or is it the turnaround now that he's a BET, nominee and all that, and everybody's talking about him?
That isn't the point. As you've already said, raising boys is not an easy task. And you know, Tema, raising boys is a bit challenging. And you sometimes need to apply a little bit of toughness. And sometimes when you push them to the wall, you being mothers, you sometimes want to jump in and protect them. But boys must sometimes be pushed to the wall so that they can sit up. We did all of those, and with his educational background too, we were having a little bit of challenges. So when he started this music thing, I was not so enthused. I didn't actually keep close eye on it. Sometimes you see him waking up around 1 a.m. doing his own thing. And sometimes I ask myself, this boy, what is he doing? I sometimes ask him question. Are you still considering your education? Said, you give me some little space for a while. I'm doing something. But since they started education, I always allow them to have their own way. I was more or less, what should I say? I was more or less an observer. I allow them to choose the courses that they want to do, so that in case in future when you fail, I will not be stand accused that, oh, it's my dad who forced this course on me. So from all of them, I allow them to have their own way. And that is how it's been.
It's been. And when you talk about his education, at what level did he...
He completed second cycle, and he was about to go to the tertiary. He gained admission to GIJ, but by then finances wasn't too good. So I told him to hold on for a period. And all of a sudden, God also diverted him to another area. Yes, so this has been more or less a miracle.
Now, when he started record, like you say, he wakes up to do his thing. Yeah. I'm sure it became a nuisance to you at a certain point.
Actually, being a father, sometimes you need to ponder on every step that is being taken by your children. Being an observer that I told you, I was a little bit curious to follow everything that they are doing. The only thing that I always warn them not to be doing is go out there and misbehave. You know, if you go out there and you misbehave, our name will be tagged. Oh, he's Mr. Suso and so's son. And you know, in our African parlance, what it actually brings in. But sometimes I do pick some of his materials. He has about 3 to 4 exercise books that he normally writes his music. But when I'm reading, I don't see anything meaningful. I don't know whether because I'm a bit outmoded. You sometimes see coded, you see the words being written, and I ask myself, this boy, what is he doing? And he was passionate with every step that he was taking. Formerly, the studio was at Committee 9 here, opposite the Goa filling station. A guy called Kobe. He was the first person to capture this guy. He started by cleaning his studio. But Kobe said he doesn't want to pick anybody because the young ones, when they come there, they don't handle the machines well. And anytime in the morning when Kobe goes to the studio, he will see Kwesi sitting down waiting for him. So one day we were home when Kobe followed him to the house. And like what you've done to me today, he said he wants to see the parent of Kwesi. And I said, we are here. Has he done anything bad? He said, oh no. But rather, Kwesi has been coming to his studio. And per the behavior of Kwesi, you want to meet the parent. So the long and short of it all is he wanted to see us so that he can be able to nurture Kwesi. So Kobe was the first person who discovered Kwesi. He realized that he was having that potential. And from Kobe's end, he then moved to the Almighty Groundup. They also discovered him from Kobe's place. And I give credit to Kobe for unearthing this talent. Credit to him. Credit to him.
Because sometimes they say these talents you see from childhood. Did you see anything that drew your attention, to pay particular attention to him and say, maybe he wants to do music?
Actually, it's not surprised that Kwesi is singing. I used to sing in church.
Oh, I see.
I was born and raised in the Church of Pentecost.
Wow.
Yeah. And the mom too also sings. And she even joined a band at a place called Talk of the Town. I hope you know the name. It's no more there at Committee 2.
Oh, I see.
There was a resident band for Talk of the Town Hotel. And she joined the band, but the mother stopped her from joining the band. Because, you know, in those days, if a lady joins a band, in quote, it comes with a bit of negative information. So they stopped her from joining the band. So when they were growing, because of the church factor, sometimes we allowed them to sing. But he was very good in worship.
Wow.
At home. He was very, very good in worship. And sometimes in the morning when we are doing our devotion to go to town and you allow him to worship, it's a bit amazing.
Wow.
It's a bit amazing. So naturally, I think he inherited it. And even, I don't think he has one of the most fantastic voice. The other younger siblings also have a unique voice, and maybe in future you'll see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't mind, now after Kwesi, you don't mind if all the other ones become musicians?
I wouldn't mind. You know, children must be allowed to follow their dreams. Parents are just observers. And in life, one thing I've observed is things that children are so passionate in doing, they are able to excel. And if you are doing something and you are not under any severe pressure, you excel. And Kwesi is not under any severe pressure. That is why you see him expressing himself. And you are yet to see more.
I see. As a Pentecost member, you know, Church of Pentecost, very strict.
Very.
And your son is doing rap, hip life, hip hop. And you, like you said, you were born, bred in Pentecost, in Church of Pentecost. Did they become worrying at a point? Did you try to say, like you said, he was good with worship? Did you try to say, why not do gospel than do this?
That is a good question. I saw it very late. Not knowing in second cycle he was doing it. When this boy is going to school, he normally puts his costume in his school bag. And you know the hustling in the urban centers. You wouldn't have the luxury of time to go through his bag in the morning to find out what is in the bag. So not knowing, when he goes to school, he jumps in to do his own thing. It was hidden. I only saw it when the whole thing became real. Yes, and also I realized it doesn't matter whichever area a child wants to move on to. What needs in this world is discipline and also the fear of God. There are a lot of gospel artists whom I can say their lifestyle is even questionable. So with him doing secular and by God's grace with the background that he's from, you see Kwesi to be exceptional. You know the hip hop and hip life artists with a lot of tattoos, with earrings, and the only funny thing with Kwesi that I now have a challenge is the hairstyle. But apart from that, you can see Kwesi as a unique gentleman.
Why do you have a challenge with his hairstyle? It comes with the job he's doing.
But I don't like it. I want him to look very simple.
But I will not present him as a hip life or hip hop artist.
Maybe that is how you see it. I also see it in a different way.
What would it change?
You tagged me as Pentecost and you tagged him also as Pentecost. So maybe we will have a banter and see how we can handle it.
Or is this something you're considering discussing with him?
I have.
What does he say?
He laughed over it and moved on. And also with another style of the shirtless. That one too, we discussed it. But I've realized that it's become his style. But quite recently I was happy because Fan Yogo came out to give him some jackets. And the jacket too, I realized that he has started removing them. So that is it.
You don't want him to go topless. No. You know, we've come to identify him with that.
It is very true.
He never performs anywhere without taking off his shirt.
It is very true. It is very
so
true.
maybe it's a signature. You might have to just...
It is very true. Maybe when he travels outside and he's performing on a cold weather, maybe he wouldn't do
He won't do that.
The only thing that will stop him from doing it is maybe a cold weather.
Has the church had the cost to maybe call you and say, hey, Mr. Arthur, we've seen your son do this, blah, blah, blah. Has the church called you?
You know, I have already told you that I was a church boy. If you are in a place for a very long time, you don't just enjoy the rudiments of the place. You need to vary the positive and the negative aspect of it. We are imperfect human beings. We are struggling to perfection. The church also has its own challenges. But I realize that something that will keep a child happy and also bring out his talent that is in him, he needs to be motivated. The church doesn't have anything negative about it, provided he will be in line with the things of God.
Because at a certain point he performed the Wara song in church.
And the Wara song, I don't think is pure gospel. The Wara song is a motivational song. Most gospel songs, as we see, are not gospel songs when you dive deep into it. But we Christians classify most of them as gospel. Some are motivational, some are inspirational, and Wara is among one of those inspirational songs. It lifts you up. And everybody was happy. All of them were dancing to it. Yes, I was also happy. And Wara is even the mother's ringing tone.
Wow.
Yeah, and also the junior mom's ringing tone.
I see.
Yes.
Which of them is your favorite?
My favorite is Back on the Wall.
I see. The way you mention it as though you can sing it. Is that your ringtone?
No, it's not my ringtone. But the first time I listened to the tune, I wept.
I see.
Simply because we live in a society whereby people are only looking for your negative side, your downfall. And it's amazing when you are down in life, the way people jubilate, especially in this part of the world, even in churches that we attend, the things that we called the Christendom. You make an attempt to be down, and you see how people will jubilate. We always celebrate when we see people struggling in life, and it's amazing. As human as we are, we need to change. And in life, everybody needs somebody. No matter how far you go, you need somebody. Even the president, he needs somebody. At your lonely point in life, if nobody comes into your rescue, you will commit suicide. And thank God for the experience that we've had in life. And also thank God for certain special people that we had in our life, especially my mother-in-law. She's been amazing. I'm not married to my wife, I'm married to my mother-in-law. That woman has been so amazing. And when I thank the life of Kwesi, I also stand to thank the life of my mother-in-law.
Is there a special reason?
Very special. Very special. When it's got to the crunching moment in our life, she stood in for us. Sometimes I will go out there, come home empty-handed, and you see this poor old lady feeding the grandchildren. It's amazing. I owe her a lot, and when you see her, thank her for me. She's been amazing. And as I said, in life, everybody needs somebody.
Is that what the Back on the Wall talks about?
Back on the Wall talks, and I want to play it.
You want to play it? I would love to hear you sing it whilst you play it as well.
When you get your back on the wall, when you get your back on the wall, they know they like you than they used to. It was in a pidgin. They know they like you than they used to. They pay me. They don't like you.
Oh, you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well.
When you get your back on the wall, then they like you like they used to. When you get your back on the wall, when you get your back on the wall, then they like you like they used to. And they like you like they used to. Need to pay me, make a pay me. Why don't they like me like they used to? They like me like they used to. Incidentally, so jealously. Why don't they like me like they used to? They like me like they used to. See me see trouble, see me see trouble, see me see trouble, see me see trouble. Please don't burst my bubble. I've been hustling, and then when I recover, my brother, so tell me needs a neighbor. It's a corner, me saba, and then when I recover, say me I'm a home, so the yamoka. On my knees, praying for blessings. Jaja V.
So did he come to tell you about these songs, the way you like it, and the way you say it speaks to your situation, or it speaks to something, or is your favorite? Is it something that you were told about, or you also heard it like everybody also heard it on the airways, and then you fell in love with the song?
You know, that is why parenting is always important. It takes two to tango. It takes a man and a woman to bring forth a child. So raising a child, you need a presence of a man and a presence of a woman. And everybody's supposed to play his or her role effectively. You know, the stresses in the urban center sometimes doesn't allow fathers especially to have one-on-one communication with most of their children. And I think the ball falls right on the doorstep of the women. If you raise a child properly, whatever you are going through, he will learn from it. He will copy it. And my house, I've made it a point that most of the things that we do is open to all of them. It got to a point, even the food that we eat, they decide the kind of food we have to eat. And sometimes they don't know. The budget they draw is very small, and I clap for them. Sometimes they opt for porridge and bread. And porridge and bread is the cheapest food that you can buy. And sometimes when they do that, I clap for them, meaning my budget is a bit down. So when a child is growing, per the environment and the things that he will see, it also helps him. And apart from that, the educational background, they were fortunate enough to attend one of the best schools in Tema, and it's a mission school. And mission school...
What school is that?
It's NELO SDA.
Okay.
Mission school will give you the holistic education, putting the fear of God in you, and with academic excellence. And discipline is also part of it. And as at now, they came. And I love it.
Did you ever bring your son home as a recalcitrant son, where you never received?
They dare not. You know, the body is very small, but it's thick skin. They dare not. They dare not. It is something that I always thank God for. When they are going, I warn them. If you go out there and you misbehave and you come back home, I will adapt. I will adapt. And there's something I also started doing. When you pick something from the fridge and I come back home and ask, who picked this? In all, they were 4.
Kwesi is the eldest?
Kwesi is number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Kwesi is
How many boys do you have?
3 strong boys.
Oh!
So you need to clap for me.
Yeah, I need to. In fact, let me begin to clap for you. Wow.
3 boys and a girl.
So he is the
number 2.
second boy,
Yes.
but the girl is the eldest or the youngest?
The girl is the last.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they have senior brothers
Yes,
protecting her then.
yes.
Oh, I see.
And what I normally do is, when I ask and nobody is ready to come out, I begin to cane them. And not with a cane, with a leather belt. Yeah. because I realize they are boys and I have to be very hard on them and also be able to capture them so that whatever you say, they will listen to you. I became a detector, a small detector in my own home. So when I start caning, the name will then come, but still I will continue. The reason why I started doing that was I wanted to inculcate truthfulness in them. So Kwesi doesn't know how to lie. All of them, they don't know how to lie. They will always tell you the truth. They will behave as if they want to lie, but they can't. So thank God that one I was able to establish it. And apart from the fear of God, you as parent too, you need to play your role effectively. Yeah. And it hasn't been easy, just by the grace of God. Just by the grace of God. So Kwesi that you see has taken a lot of leather belts in the body. And thank God, with most of the hip hop and the hip lifestyles, Kwesi, I can say he's a bit exceptional. And you can attest to it. And I'm praying.
When you say exceptional, what does that mean?
In terms of appearance and discipline, Kwesi is a bit decent and more disciplined. Compare him to the hip life and hip hop artists outside and even in Ghana. You can get a lot of negative stories about Kwesi because I always warn him, Charlie, as you are going out, protect my family name for me. Because when you mention the name, everybody knows where you are coming from. I don't need anything from you. Protect my family name for me. We have a legacy to protect. Do it for me. That is all that I needed from you.
And when you tell him this, what does he say to you?
He accepted it. Most of the time, we chat on WhatsApp. We normally chat on text messages. Yes, we do it in text message. So when I sent it, he will also reply.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's going on well. And we give thanks to the Almighty God for how far He has brought us.
So he's left home now. At what age did he, or when did he leave home?
After he left home exactly a year now. After the VGMA nomination, and he came out with the hip hop
Artist of the Year.
The manager thought it wise to move him out because it became a bit disturbing. When the kids close from school, you see them lining up in front of the gate. We want to see Kwesi Arthur. We want to see Kwesi Arthur. And the manager decided that he should go to some hideout. And that is more reason why he moved them out. And once in a while he comes home to visit us. He misses us sometimes, and we also misses him sometimes. But he cannot always be with us. As a young man, he needs to start his own life. So that is how the story is.
But are you worried that now that he's gone, you can't have control like you want to? You don't see him wake up, you don't see what he does, you know, it's just text message and that.
Yeah,
are you worried?
No, I'm not worried.
Okay.
I know by God's grace what I have been able to inculcate in them. And I know it is solid enough to take them through life. Yes. Human beings must be allowed to explore. In life, you make your own funny mistakes, and you have to correct your mistakes and move on. I know so far as he's not with me, there are some funny mistakes he may commit. But as human being as he is, he will correct himself. We are all human. We are all human. And parent as we are, we shouldn't be too overprotective. We sometimes need to allow children to explore, but with a little bit of guidance. Sometimes I do sneak in there.
No, to where he lives?
Yeah, without telling anybody that I'm coming there.
Wow.
Yeah. I do sneak in there, and sometimes when you go there, it will be a surprise to all of them. They know me very well. They know me very well because of people who raised me. You know, Pentecost, if you are not a thick-skinned person, you can't survive. Pentecost is today that the system have changed. They can break you and also raise you. So when you are with them, you always have to sit up. It's a disciplined church. And they have made us who we are today. And some of the teachers that we had in our life. So we give thanks to God.
Give thanks to God. So have you ever been there and gotten, then you get, these are boys staying together, you go see something that you didn't think your son would get involved in, with some girls. Have you experienced that with him?
Actually, never. But I know they play with girls. You know, boys. They play with girls, but I always caution them. We have women who are marriage materials, and women who are not marriage materials. So when you see those who are marriage materials, you can easily identify them. You need to watch the way they present themselves, the way they go about things, and I have given them some key points. And also, a woman must know how to cook. A woman must be a good cook. A woman who doesn't know how to cook is not a marriage material. Yes. She needs to be able to handle her own home well. And their mom is a good cook. So possibly they will definitely select a woman who is a good cook. Because the testing officer is there who will examine you. Yeah.
And I'm sure because they are boys, they also join in the kitchen to cook with their mom sometimes.
Hey, he's a good cook. Especially jollof rice.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good cook. I don't know now, but I remember in those days when we leave the house and he was attending a day school, so they will get home early. The mother will assign them what to do. So before you go home, food is ready and being prepared by boys.
Wow.
Yeah. They do everything. They know how to do everything, with the exception of, I think, how to pound fufu. You know, we Fantis, if you are pounding fufu, you sit down, hold the pistol, and do everything
by yourself. Okay.
And when it gets to pounding, it's there that you call them to come and help. Yeah. But with that, they couldn't learn the rudiment. And thank God now there's a machine that makes it a bit
easy for, and then they will get to enjoy that. Do you read the tabloids? You see your son in the news, you get to monitor, or do people show you, oh, Kwesi Arthur said this, that, and then you begin to monitor?
Yeah. He gave me this Android.
Oh, I see.
I was using some Gold Coast
phone.
So with this and being an IT person, I did electronics and electricals.
Wow.
So I do follow him. And some of the stories...
Are you on social media?
I am.
Are you there because of him, or you've always been there?
No, I sometimes want to explore
and
see things that are going on.
Okay. So you follow him on social media, and he knows you follow him on social media?
He knows.
He follows you back?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Sometimes I do contribute. There are certain postings when he does, I do make comments, and he's been replying.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been replying. The same applies to the two of them. The junior, the middle one is called Day.
Okay.
His show name is Day.
Oh, he's also going into music.
Doing music.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he's also doing music.
Oh,
yeah.
So is he also with Ground Up?
He's also with Ground Up.
Wow.
And the senior one, he normally uses a nickname called Lele One. And
what does that mean?
Do I even know? He's also with Ground Up.
Okay.
He's also with Ground Up.
Because I asked that question because recently we saw in the news, I think he was asked at an interview, and he said he wasn't getting married till he was 35. So I was wondering whether you had given him a caveat as to...
He can't be serious. He can't be serious. I saw it and I said, this guy, is he normal? It can't be serious. You know, when you are young and you put proper structures in place, you are able to make healthy babies. They should have asked him how old was his dad when he gave birth to him.
How old were you?
I was in my 20s.
Oh.
I was heading towards my 30s
Okay.
when I got married.
But how old is he now?
He's now 24.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think 35 is too long.
He has about 11 years more.
So I think he wants to settle down because of the experiences that he had while he was growing up. But life can never give you 100%. Life can never give you 100%.
When you talk about the experiences, you mean the challenges you had to go through?
Moving from one place to the other, moving from... It was terrible. It was terrible. And I think they saw it and they don't want to experience it. Maybe it's because of that he's saying that. But I think 35 is just too much. So when you see him, tell him that the dad said 35 is just...
So when do you want him to settle?
He will settle when he get there. But I think the 35 was just a strange figure he gave to all of you. Yeah. But I know he will settle. He will settle. And he loved his siblings, both the first cousins and the second cousins. They belong to a big family. They belong to a big family. And that boy behaves like a girl. He's so caring and he's so loving. So I'm sure he wants to make sure that he's properly settled. My prayer is for God to give him a woman who will understand him. Show business and family matters. If you don't have a woman who will understand you, you will have a lot of challenges. So we've been praying. Since he came into the limelight, it has not been a single day that we don't pray. Meditation. You know, the terrain is quite rough. Praying. And the mother is quite prayerful. Likewise me. But I believe in meditation than shouting here and there. Yeah. So we've been praying. I know the good Lord who has begun a good project will accomplish it.
Amen. Amen. And your final words for your son. Now he's gone out of the country. BET nominated him. We saw a video of the family celebrating.
I wasn't.
You weren't there. We saw the grandmom, the mother, you know, and everybody was celebrating when that happened. And like you said, the fan milk deal he got, and it looks very, very good, you know, for your son. How has that impacted your life as his father, as your son is making it out there? How is he impacting your life as a father?
It's a bit humbling, and it tells you that every child needs care. I started by saying that everybody needs somebody. There are a lot of Kwesiatas down there, but we've neglected them because maybe some of the fathers are not responsible or some of the mothers are not responsible. If we all come together and decide to be each other's keeper, we will have a lot of Kwesiatas in the system. What is lacking in this part of the world is the love revolution. The hypocrisy is just too much, especially in our churches. The hypocrisy is just too much, and I'm praying that it will cease somewhere.
When you say the hypocrisy is too much in our churches, and that, what does it mean?
We are not each other's keeper. I remember when I was young, my mom would pick something from home and say, "Son, go and give this to Madam so and so." And at the end, the story they would tell you is, if not what you brought, they wouldn't have been able to have food on their table. Individually, God speaks to us. So as we go along in life, whatever God tells you, don't hesitate. do it.
Do it. And so is Kwesi, now that does he tell you he's making money? The Fan Milk deal was a huge deal, and I'm sure he's picking up some responsibilities at home, his younger ones, and all that. You have said that you don't need anything from him, but at least he's appreciated you with a phone. I'm sure the kind of boy you raise is one that will look back and say, let me support home.
I see him as a brother. I now see him as a kid brother. I don't. These days I don't.
Because you still look very young. You don't. You don't look that old.
54.
54. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, and I now see all of them as brothers, and I am no more harsh towards them. They are now comfortable when they draw closer to me. But
it wasn't the case when they were growing up.
You see, you need to instill that discipline. You see, a child is like a gold. If you don't refine it, that raw gold, you wouldn't have it. And to have a pure gold, it needs to go through certain process. That is how raising a child is. Sometimes you need to be cruel, but to a certain point, just for them to know that you needed something from them. It's not wickedness. They need to go through transformation. It's like a tea bag without hot water. That brownish color you are looking for wouldn't come out. So raising a child, especially you mothers, you sometimes mix up certain things. The discipline aspect must be separated from love and care. When you mix both, the good book says, spare the rod and spoil the child. So sometimes some of you shouldn't put impediments on our way. And if you support us, we will have a beautiful world and a beautiful children. Yes. Because before you get something good from each and every individual, you need to push the person to the wall. The professionals that have surrounded you, through their training, they have their own stories to tell. It was not on the silver platter. But today, you are having genius who are supporting your vision. So that is how it is.
And I'm sure he's, like you're saying, he's supporting the home as well.
He's doing well. We are comfortable. We are comfortable. But with his finances that you said, I'm not interested. He's a young man minding his own business. I am still active. I am also minding my own business. Whenever we needed a push and you call him, he comes in and support. He's a brother. He's no more a son. Yeah. And thank God for that.
Thank God for your life as well. I remember in the last interview, he said that you had a taxi that you were driving. So you're still in that business.
He's supporting. I use a taxi to do my field work.
Okay.
We service TV sets. We mount satellite dishes. So the taxi, we normally uses it to carry our ladder when we are going to the field. And when the engine broke down, he even gave me money to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah. And today when I'm enjoying myself on the motorway, I say, hey, Casey, God bless you.
Wow.
For supporting it.
Thank you very much, sir, and God bless you, Sue. Thank you for blessing us with a genius like Kwesi Arthur. We are very, very grateful. Thank you.
Grateful to you too.
Thank you, sir.
The hype masters make a hype you go. Celebs they complain. It do why you know they post me. Your program you know invite me. How I go post you? You there, you they blame me. Chris Waddle and Co. You guys, you they funny me. You say one of questions be boring, but still your answers be dulling. It be like you smoke weed. Massa, if I respect we. Shatawale, Stone Boy, other celebs for thank we. Cause the way we they push you. Then Sean they this way. Massa, you for Dejin. be bundle with the take job. Laptops and phones, wanna money where we take buy. What you buy give us from Dubai? After the blogging you be bye bye. Oh why? Hey massa why? Next time I be proud blogger. SamiKmedia.com.
Go online.
Go check my stuff.
Go online.
Be proud of anything you they do.
Go online.
I be proud blogger.
Go online.
SamiKmedia.com.
Go online.
Go check my stuff.
Go online.
Be proud of anything you they do. Continue say we be frosters.
So the new song that all the newsmakers are singing is Go Online, and it's a song produced and sung, okay, as for the production, I don't know, but it's sung by my colleague in the media, Sammy K, and he owns SamiKmedia.com. So go online and go and check that out. So you have a personal issue with some of these people, especially Chris Waddle.
I don't have an issue with Chris Waddle. I have an issue with celebs or people who don't appreciate what you do for them. I think bloggers don't make artists or celebs, but they contribute to their success. So I believe if Missy, you are working and you are even being paid, you are being paid, but your boss they don't appreciate your work, I believe you will leave your work and then go and find something that you'll be appreciated when you do it. So that is what I'm saying, that okay, if bloggers contribute to your career in this way, and our work is such that we should project both positive and negative aspects of what you are doing, because bloggers bridge between the gap between the fans and the celebs. So if we are to project both the positive and negative, and for example, Shatta Wale has won an award, let's say BET award, and we blog about it. If he removes his pants in the pool and he's dancing, we should also blog about it. So I don't see the reason why if we blog about the negative, they go astray and start do video. Shatta Wale, example, when he did that video and then we came out and bloggers spread it. He came out with a video within an hour and then he was insulting bloggers are fools and stuff. I think it's about time we stop those things.
No, but the problem most of the time is that they say, oh, you would leave the positive and then do just the negative. They say you don't do donation stories, you don't do, some of the people when they go and play gigs outside the country, the bloggers are not concerned about that one. But let something happen that is negative, then you are rolling the story.
Stonebwoy was playing his Epistles of Mama tour outside, and he was complaining bloggers weren't. But bloggers were. But you see, the thing is, when he was going, he sent a blogger. So what the blogger was supposed to do is, when he does the work, he's supposed to circulate it around. But he went alone, so he was doing the work alone, and nobody was hearing it. So who should you blame? And now, one thing they should or accept or understand is, negative stories sell earlier or faster. The speed at which it runs is very high. So when that one comes, people are interested. But when it's award, you've gone to win award, okay, fine. They just say, okay, the public will go like, okay, award, fine, congrats. But when it's, for example, Kwapin Polu, it's always trending because she's twerking, and let the Kwapin Polu come and preach and put it on Instagram and see, or on TV and see whether people view. No, he broke the internet by twerking her song, with TikTok, and he got more than 1 million views on Instagram, which hasn't happened before. Even the Yvonne Nelsons and co, who are having over millions of followers on Instagram, they don't get the views. So it's the public. I think instead of blaming only the bloggers or the media journalists, they should blame the whole. It's a cycle, because those who watch it are the people who criticize. Meanwhile, they love it. So you should blame Ghanaians, not the bloggers.
But you're a blogger who has decided to rap about your business.
Yeah.
How long is this going to continue?
Well, one thing people don't know about me is I used to be a blogger.
You used to be a rapper.
A rapper, sorry. I used to be a rapper. And then for some reasons, financial support, lack of some financial support and school and work, I had to retire that one. And then Since it's my first, people don't know I started blogging because I love music, because my first love was music. So I wanted to do anything around music, being media, talk about musicians, write about musicians, and that led to blogging because I was then posting on Facebook and stuff, but it wasn't commercial. So I started going to assignments when I got the opportunity to do my national service at Peace FM, and then it exposed me to the media. So I was going to assignments. I realized, oh, when people come, they are Debras and co, they blog, and then I was doing it on only Facebook. So by then Facebook was the only vibrant social media. Then Instagram and Snap came, and then now it's all over. So I decided to expand it and commercialize it, and that's why I have Sammy Kim. But one thing is, I have a whole rap book that I don't know what I'm doing with it, and day in and day out, every day I get new punchlines that come. So what do I do with it? So I decided, okay, I've been passionate about creating opportunities for people because I get day in and day out, oh, I want to work with you, but I don't have the financial destined to every day pay them. So what do I do? Okay, since I can rap, I do music, why not take music serious? Because it comes every day. And it's something that made me start media. So why not go back to music? So it's something that my new music coming will blow people's minds. So I'm not doing music only based on my works, no, Sammy K Media. No, my new music, but the next one coming will blow your mind. It's about ladies. And no, this one the boys are sticking it. So I'm doing.
Ladies, what have ladies done?
Oh, some podo, near the odo, and boy yatima kuma, near the ube who are bath fair, were attending the BBA on warrior, massa. I drink done so I fear pressure near the idea loneliness. I have a big bang and you'll be surprised coming up. And
so are you going to be singing in that one, or is just the rap?
I'm good at rapping, but I can sing as well. Somebody like Joey B, he's a rapper. Papi Kojo is a rapper. Yapuno, he's a rapper, but he sometimes he sings, so I can sing as well. But I'm also going to feature some people that will interest you.
I see.
Yeah.
So we'll wait to see that one and the other projects from you. But have you commercialized the music as well?
Yeah. It's all my music. You find go online on all digital stores, Spotify. If you just Google Sammy K Media or just Google Sammy K, go online and it will come. And then the video too is on YouTube, so check it out.
Is it doing well?
Yeah, it's doing well. The bloggers are doing an amazing job for me. The DJs, incredible, and radio presenters, and I don't have money to pay per you, but Charlie, they are dropping it back to back, and I'm even surprised. I didn't expect it this far, but we give thanks to God. And I want to say and thank our general manager, Despite Group of Companies, Kennedy Osei. He shot the video for Go Online.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he sponsored everything, so big shout outs to him.
All right, so that is Sammy K Media, the man who is asking us to go online for information about celebs, but also asking the celebs, to give the due respect to the bloggers who make the news. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go online, hard worker.